All right, so the Fed finally hit the brakes on interest rates. First time in ages, right?
Yeah, like 4 years.
You'd think student loan borrowers would be celebrating, but not so fast.
Right, there's a catch. It's not that simple.
Exactly. We're diving into this Newsweek article that breaks it all down, especially for those thinking about borrowing soon.
The key thing here, and it's surprising how many people miss this, is fixed versus variable interest rates.
Okay, yeah, sometimes we forget. Not everyone's like fluent in finance speak. Can you break that down? Why does it matter so much right now?
So think of a fixed interest rate like a train ticket. You buy it, you know the price, it doesn't change. Predictable, steady.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, variable interest rates,
Yeah.
more like a roller coaster, ups and downs, depends on the market.
Gotcha. So which ride we're on determines how this rate cut affects us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the Fed threw a pebble in the water. Now we got to see where those ripples go.
Okay, so let's talk about those ripples. Most of us have existing federal loans. What does this actually mean for us?
Well, if you're on that fixed rate train, comfy and predictable, this rate cut doesn't directly change your monthly payment. That rate's locked in.
Okay. So no need to break out the champagne just yet. But wait, hold on. Does this mean folks with existing loans can just tune out?
Definitely not.
Mm.
This is actually the perfect time to think about refinancing. Even a slightly lower rate can make a difference over time.
It's like finding a coupon after you already bought the thing, right? Every bit counts.
Absolutely. And Newsweek even highlighted that even small credit score improvements since you got your loan could mean you'd benefit from refinancing now. It's worth looking into.
So even though the rate cut doesn't directly hit those fixed rate loans, there's still something to be done. But what about the folks just starting out, those about to jump on this whole student loan roller coaster?
Yeah, now those folks, they need to pay close attention.
Future borrowers, this recut could have a big impact on you guys.
Big time. Newsweek even pointed to a specific date, July 1st, 2025. Keep that in mind.
July 1st, 2025. All right, you got to tell me why that date's so important.
It's all about how these rates are actually set. See, every year, Congress, I imagine them around this big table, they decide the interest rates for new federal student loans.
So they're the ones setting the ticket prices for our student loan train ride.
Exactly. But here's the thing, they don't just pick random numbers. They look at the economy, what the Fed's doing, all of that. Remember that pebble in the water?
Yeah, the ripples.
Takes a while for those ripples to reach Congress's table. Hence the delay. They're waiting to see what happens.
So July 1st, 2025, that's when they take the Fed's lead and maybe change those rates. What does this mean for someone applying for loans now? Should they wait?
Not necessarily. It's
Yeah.
about being smart. If the Fed keeps cutting rates, which a lot of experts think they will, those 2025 rates could be way lower. Like getting those train tickets on sale early.
Early bird gets the lower interest rate. I like it.
That's the idea. This is why staying informed is so important, especially with finances. But it's not just about the interest rates. There are other ways to save on borrowing costs. Think beyond fixed versus variable.
Different types of loans. I feel like people hear student loan and just panic.
Exactly. Like choosing your train route. Scenic route, express route, they all have their pros and cons. You've got graduated repayment plans, income-driven options. It's about finding the right fit.
So your loan type should match your finances and your goals.
Exactly. Do your research, talk to an advisor, even just read those loan agreements carefully. Ask questions, shop around, don't be afraid to compare.
Love that. Knowledge is power, as they say. But let's be real, sometimes it comes down to those monthly payments. If this rate cut isn't a huge change for existing borrowers, will new borrowers even notice a difference? That's the big question, right? Like, are we talking about a couple bucks here or actually making a dent?
Well, Newsweek actually ran the numbers they used a $10,000 loan as an example.
Okay, lay it on me, because Math and I, we're not always on the best terms.
So get this, and this is where those tiny percentages really come into play. They figured with a 25 basis point cut, which is what a lot of folks are predicting, your monthly payment, it'd only go down by about $1.
A dollar. Okay, I mean, hey, a dollar's a dollar, but that's not exactly life-changing.
You're telling me. But here's the thing, gotta think marathon, not sprint.
Right,
Even a small change in your pace makes a huge difference over time.
right.
And that's where those small interest rate changes, they add up, especially on those bigger loans.
So playing the long game.
Exactly. You chip away at it with that little bit lower rate over 10, 15, 20 years. Those savings, they multiply. Like taking the scenic route might take a bit longer, but the views and your wallet will thank you.
Love that analogy. So before we wrap up, what's the one thing you want listeners to walk away with? What should they keep in mind?
Don't just gloss over the details. Knowledge, that's your superpower when it comes to finances. Interest rates are just one piece of the puzzle. Loan terms, fees, repayment options, all that can change now. So read the fine print, ask questions, and don't be afraid to fight for yourself and your financial well-being.
Yes, be your own advocate. You have the power to shape your financial future, and hopefully, with these insights, you're feeling a little more confident, a little less lost in the world of student loans. Remember, knowledge is power, so keep learning, keep asking questions, and until next time, happy borrowing.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. But when it comes to crushing your federal student loan debt, EDULoanRelief.com means business.